All right. All right.
Hello there. How's it going? Anything I can help you with today? Of course. What do you want to know? Feel free to ask away. What do you want to know? Feel free to ask away.
All right.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
let me
Whenever
just
you're
set things up.
Take your time. I'm right here when you're ready to dive in.
All right. I'm a medical student. I study medicine, and it's hard. And yeah, I talk to ChatGPT all the time because
That's
it helps me with the material. So yeah, that's basically, let's do it together. I don't know. You guys might enjoy it. You might not. Who knows? All right. So the last thing I was talking about was hypokinetic movement disorders treatment. So talk to us about COMT inhibition. What's that?
Sure thing. COMT stands for catechol O-methyltransferase, an enzyme that breaks down dopamine. By inhibiting it, you hope keep dopamine around longer, which is especially useful in Parkinson's disease to boost the effects of levodopa and improve movement. So it's part of the toolkit to help with those hypokinetic symptoms.
Tell me one more time. So what does COMT stand for?
COMT stands for catechol O-methyltransferase. It's the enzyme that helps break down dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine by adding a methyl group.
So it breaks down dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine.
Exactly. It helps break those down, and by inhibiting it, you slow that breakdown, letting dopamine stick around longer to help with movement.
Okay. So what about what does it what about levodopa? So how, does it change its metabolism?
Yes, it does. Levodopa is converted into dopamine in the brain, and COMT can break down levodopa in the periphery. By inhibiting COMT, more levodopa reaches the brain, and once it's there, dopamine sticks around longer, which helps with symptom control in Parkinson's.
Tell me again.
Sure thing. COMT can break down levodopa before it reaches the brain. So by inhibiting COMT, more levodopa gets into the brain and can then turn into dopamine, which stays active longer to
Okay,
help
so
with.
levodopa before it goes, so it's levodopa before the brain, after the brain it becomes dopamine.
Exactly. Levodopa is like the precursor, and once it crosses the blood-brain barrier, it converts to dopamine, which does the magic for movement.
Okay.
You've got it. If you've got more questions or want to dive into another topic, just let me know.
Guys, I wanna add how do I add on my live? I want people to be able to comment on my live.
Ah, so you're talking about turning on comments for your live stream?
Yeah.
Usually in most platforms, there's a settings or chat section where you can enable comments.
On YouTube.
Got it. On YouTube, when you're setting up your live stream, you'll see options for live chat. Just make sure that live chat is enabled before you go live. If you're already live, you can go into the stream settings and toggle live chat on.
Guys, I don't know how to. Someone said hi. Hey. Second hi. Hey. Okay, guys, are you medical students? Is this something you're interested in talking about? I'm talking about hypokinetic movement disorders right now. Okay, tell us about deep brain stimulation then.
Sure. Deep brain stimulation is like a brain pacemaker. Electrodes are placed in areas like the subthalamic nucleus or globus pallidus, and these electrodes send signals to help reduce tremors and rigidity. It's like giving your brain a little tune up to improve movement.
Okay. So what is apomorphine? And talk to me like explain to me more about deep brain stimulation and how it relates to hypokinetic movement disorders and all of that.
Absolutely.
Hi guys.
Hey there. Just a quick moment. Let me finish.
ChatGPT, I'm not going to say this. You know this South Park meme? It's like two numbers. I don't want to say it.
Haha, got it. No worries. All right, so deep brain stimulation helps with hypokinetic disorders like Parkinson's by stimulating those movement related brain areas. And apomorphine is a dopamine agonist, meaning it mimics dopamine, giving the brain more of what it's missing to help with movement too.
Okay. And tell me about infusion therapies.
Sure. Infusion therapies for Parkinson's can include continuous delivery of medications like levodopa or apomorphine directly into the body. This helps keep drug levels steady, reducing those ups and downs that can cause symptoms to fluctuate. It's like a steady drip of support for the brain.
Okay. So I want to actively recall what you just said, but I don't really understand it.
No worries at
Tell
all.
it to me again in 61 seconds.
All right, here we go. Infusion therapy means medication is delivered continuously, often through a pump. For Parkinson's, this could be levodopa or apomorphine. It keeps the drug levels stable throughout the day, so symptoms don't fluctuate as much. Instead of peaks and troughs, you get a steady supply of the medication, helping with movement.
So we don't have peaks and troughs, we have steady regulation because...
Exactly. Because the pump is delivering the medication slowly and constantly, so there's no big rise and fall in the amount of the drug in your body.
So it's delivering the medication slowly and constantly because?
Because that way, the brain gets just the right amount of medication all the time, reducing those ups and downs that can cause symptoms to fluctuate.
But why does it get the right amount of medication all the time?
It's because the infusion pump is programmed to release the medication at a constant rate tailored to the patient's needs. That way, the brain isn't overwhelmed or left lacking, and symptoms stay more controlled.
Yeah, but so this is because of infusion therapies.
Exactly. That's the magic of infusion therapies. They keep that steady flow of medication going, so there's no sudden spikes or drops, making it easier for the brain to maintain movement.
And what different types of infusion therapies do we have?
For Parkinson's, the main types are continuous levodopa-carbidopa intestinal gel, called Duodopa, and apomorphine infusions. Both are delivered through a pump, and they help manage symptoms by keeping those drug levels nice and steady.
So levodopa-carbidopa intestinal gel. Explain.
Sure. That's a gel form of levodopa and carbidopa delivered directly into the small intestine via a tube. By bypassing the stomach, it ensures a more constant absorption, helping keep symptoms steady throughout the day.
Guys, do you like medicine? Like, I'm just gonna be studying medicine, so if you have any questions, I should ask ChatGPT and stuff, let me know. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about so with deep brain stimulation, what's the target? Is it like the thalamus? Is it the globus pallidus?
Exactly. Those are the main targets. For Parkinson's, deep brain stimulation usually targets the subthalamic nucleus or the globus pallidus. The thalamus can also be targeted, especially for tremor. Each area helps improve different symptoms by modulating those brain circuits involved in movement.
So which are the targets?
So the main targets are the subthalamic nucleus, the globus pallidus interna, and sometimes the thalamus. Each is chosen based on the symptoms being treated, like tremor or rigidity.
Hey boys. Okay, globus pallidus interna, thalamus, and subthalamic nucleus.
Yes, exactly those three. Each one plays a key role in movement control, and deep brain stimulation helps restore that balance, reducing those hypokinetic symptoms.
Okay. Um, so, um, is it only sensory symptoms or is it motor symptoms too?
It definitely helps with motor symptoms. Things like tremor, rigidity, and slowness of movement can improve. It doesn't typically address sensory issues, but it's a big help for those motor symptoms that make life harder.
Okay, so it's mainly about motor, not sensory. Hey, salesman from Squid Game.
Yep, exactly. Mostly motor. And hey, if you ever want to chat more about medicine or anything else, I'm here. Keep those
Tell me
questions.
about so what about things like dyskinesia, dysautonomia, and stuff like that, postural instability?
Sure. Dyskinesia is those involuntary movements, often from long-term levodopa use. DBS can help reduce that. Dysautonomia is more about autonomic functions like blood pressure, and DBS doesn't really target that. Postural instability, trouble with balance, is harder to fix, but DBS might help a bit, though not as much as it does for tremor and
So
stiffness.
is this because dysautonomia is basically sensory thing?
Exactly. Dysautonomia involves the autonomic nervous system, which controls things like heart rate, blood pressure, and digestion. DBS mainly targets motor pathways, not those autonomic ones, so it doesn't help much with dysautonomia.
Okay, I see. Guys, any questions to ask ChatGPT about medicine? I'm learning about Parkinson's and stuff like that right now. Um, okay, so so this deep brain stimulation, it helps with dyskinesia, with motor problems and stuff. Okay, let's talk about hyperkinetic movement disorders now. Tell us about them.
All right, so hyperkinetic disorders are kind of the opposite, too much movement. Things like Huntington's disease, where there's chorea, those dance-like movements, or dystonia, where muscles contract involuntarily. Treatments can include medications, Botox, and even DBS again, depending on the type.
What is chorea?
Chorea is those involuntary, irregular, and dance-like movements, kind of flowing from one part of the body to another. It's a hallmark of Huntington's disease, but can show up in other disorders too.
Dystonia and tremor and tics, what are those?
Dystonia is when muscles contract uncontrollably, causing twisting or abnormal postures. Tremor is a rhythmic shaking, often seen in hands. Tics are sudden repetitive movements or sounds, like in Tourette's. Each is different, but they all involve extra movement that you don't mean to do.
Nice. All right, guys, I'm really happy. Okay. At least this live had a few people in it, so that's really cool. People wanted me to say 6, 7. I guess I just said it. Peace. We'll do more soon.
That's awesome. Glad it went well and definitely looking forward to more. Peace and have fun with your medicine journey.